You are a fucking miracle worker. Let me turn
Dude,
my Facebook off before I get in trouble up in this motherfucker again, because I swear
am
for
I
God,
my brother's
religion.
keeper?
Bruh, you get no doubt
Am
from me.
I James? What's
You get
going
no
on?
doubt from me.
Am
James, what's
I my
good?
brother's keeper?
Bruh, on everything. Whoo, and I was being calm. James came in there with his one line. James, big ups to you. You do that silly shit on purpose when people be trying to be mad, and I can't help but get mad at you. That's why I say you get on my nerves, but you good. You something else, boy. You something the fuck else. You know that? Milton, I appreciate you. I hope you heard what I said last broadcast too, Milton, goddammit. I hope you heard that shit. I hope you heard it. Special message, man. We good, bro.
So I know I usually come on maybe 1 to 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Mel Johnson, how you doing?
Mel, how you doing?
Milton, how you doing? They usually come on 1 to 2 times a week. There's a reason why, because you see all this craziness going on. Thank you, Milton. I see all the craziness going on. Tony D for governor, 2022.
2022? 2022? I might. I might. May I
Tony
make a
D for
may I make a
governor.
request, please? May I make a request?
Sure. This
Are
right
you sure?
here is your canvas.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah,
I just want to make a
of course.
request if you don't mind. My man Rich is in the house. Rich coming through.
Richard
Leslie, how you
Roberts,
doing?
Leslie, Dr.
Frida,
G is in here.
public service announcement, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind. Public service announcement, if you don't mind.
What am I watching? Let it be. How you doing?
Damn right. I'm sorry. I appreciate you, Ted. Thank you very much. Thank you
We
very
didn't hear
much.
any audio.
You
Tone,
didn't?
tone. You got to do it again. We didn't hear any audio.
Oh my God.
You had the audio turned off. So I'm gonna turn my mic off so that
Leave yours
you
on. Yours should be
really
good. Yours should be good.
okay. Try it again.
Let me try it again.
Tony D, no audio.
Let me see what I can fix real quick. Let me check something out because that is a must. That is an absolute must. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm the guest. But for those of you that do know me, you know what that is. Go back through a past couple of my broadcasts. That's in the intro.
Richard Roberts, what's going on, man?
Richie is in the
I'm
house.
stoked for tomorrow because Richard Roberts is he's on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Twitch. Now that I know.
Yes. 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 I'll play it later. Y'all know
So,
what it is. Yes, sir.
is there anything to talk about? Is there anything to talk about? I
There
mean,
is so
what
much to
have I
discuss.
missed?
There is
Nah, I
so much.
joined. I,
There's so
listen,
much to discuss, sir.
you got to be above the drama.
Of course.
But before we even get started, I want to do mention, honorable mention, and much respect and rest in peace. Some say rest in paradise. We lost a juggernaut last week, Vanita Breland.
First and foremost, absolutely.
First and foremost, someone, the original Happy Star that I know. Um, she was someone that was kind, that was spunky, that was, you know what? She'd let you know how she felt about things in a heartbeat. And there was a couple of times she told me about myself, but in a loving way. So we definitely do miss her. Our
Yes.
prayers go out to her family, to Bernie, to everyone here in this community, and also on Periscope and the other communities that she was a big part of. So
Let's
I want
be
to start off with
clear.
that one time
Yes,
for Vanita.
we must, we
Um,
must, we must. Us as a community felt a major blow when she passed. We did not want it. Some tried to prevent it. but we lost somebody who was 100% influential, positive, open,
Yes.
and everything. And I say this because I put the symbols on my name in acknowledgement of her for my profile here on Haps.
Yes.
She
Yes.
always acknowledged me as a good father. She checked on my health. She told me to take care of myself, to be there for Jason, and I've been working that. But we're not supposed to take social media so serious. A lot of us cried when that woman passed.
Right.
We shed strong, lost a family member tears up here. So, due to this broadcast, I met you up here. I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to everybody up here. And I tell everybody all the time, I'm grateful for everybody and everything that we do because we uplift each other more than we realize. And the last thing we want to do was have somebody pass and we could have prevented it.
Right.
That was one of the bigger blows with her passing. And amongst any and every aspect of drama we got up here, none of us have it bad enough to where if we pass away, we're not going to feel some type of way about it. We spend a lot of time
That
around
is
each other
true.
up here. We spend a lot of time conversating with each other up here. We spend a lot of time taking each other more seriously than we realize up here. And I told Mike I owed him an apology. When I said I'm not up here that much, I was wrong. I'm up here a lot. I cried over that woman on camera
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it hurt that she was going to be gone. I got Bernie's back with what he has going on or whatever he needs, being that he's so far away. He said he's fine.
Yes.
He will let us know. We just need to let him clear his head and we're going to. Everybody up here, let that little stuff go.
Let it
We
go
grown. We grown.
because
We all
tomorrow's not
mean something
promised
to each other. And
to
a bunch of
anyone.
us look forward to seeing each other up here every day.
Yep.
We have to keep that serious. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. So let's go into
Ought to be glad. Ought to be glad.
whatever foolery or whatever like that. Like I said, we don't have time for these internet beefs or any of this other stuff that people have going on up here. You gotta be bigger than that. You gotta move on. So
Yes.
anyone I offended, my apologies. And if I did offend someone, and if they feel a certain way, shout out to Jason.
What's up? Say what's up.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? Uh,
Anybody I've ever offended, I want to apologize. Oh, we making plenty.
yeah.
That's right.
So
Fatherhood, fatherhood, dog on it. Fatherhood.
Daddy,
Oh, Leslie,
you
you should
want
stop
some
it.
pieces of gum?
No, I did not. Thank you. For a lot of us up here,
Leslie, that's my line. I'm offended.
right?
That's my line. So,
We
um,
the Olympics are on.
Tony, Tony, I told you a couple of times. I think within the last 48 hours, I was offended.
Yes, you have. Quite a few times.
You know, just to you
Just to me.
personally, that I was
Yes.
offended.
Yes.
I'm not sure what I was offended for, but I was offended. You know. To everyone in the comments, Helen says, "What are you two
Yeah.
flocking troublemakers up to now? Love you."
Yes.
Um, so I know there's a lot going on today and this past weekend and everything else like that. I just wanted to touch upon a couple of topics.
Slam.
Some people are too easily offended. Stan TV, what's going on? Bobby Shadow, what's going on? Helen, how are you doing? Let's see who else. Bobby Shadow, thank you. Under Armour. What else is going on? Richard Roberts, we shouted out.
Richard
Mel, we shouted
Roberts.
out. Dr. G, we shouted out.
Absolutely.
Milton, we shouted out.
Yes.
I think that's gonna be it. Hey, just wanted to get your take really quick
Sure.
on the whole Spotify to delete, not to delete, Rogan. I just want to come from it from an angle of Spotify's position. I don't want to talk about Joe Rogan. I don't want to talk about his 14 million followers. Um, I don't want to talk about the comments that, the old comments that were made. If you are Spotify, if you are Daniel Eck, of Spotify, the CEO, Tony D, what would you do at this point in time?
Right now, you have to. The problem I have is whether or not some of these people stood up for the people who made these statements in the past at a time where it wasn't an issue. If they didn't do that, I think we got an issue. But other than that, I try to emphasize up here a lot of what happens in the past can come forward to now and cost you your career. And we're seeing it with a lot of celebrities over the past decade. So, what you say and how your message comes across matters. As we have seen for the past 40, 50 years, even what you've done, it has an effect on your future. They got to do something with him. He apologized. I heard what he said, some of what he said. He elaborated on what he said. He called it stupid. Yes, we have freedom of speech, but when you offend people nowadays, what you said in the past can be brought against you. So to everybody out there, y'all keep not caring about what you say. Y'all keep not worrying about how anybody takes it, because right now it's costing you. Understood, Helen. Appreciate you for that. That's big info right there.
So there's two things I want to double back on. First
Yes.
one is we'll get back to Spotify. We'll put that in the parking lot. Richard Roberts said, "I'm offended the USA is taking part in the Winter Olympics, Beijing,
Yeah,
winter
something like that.
2022. Get over it. I've moved on.
Yes.
LOL."
Yes.
I just think from Spotify's perspective. Now, granted, however they have the deals cut with the independent artists versus the secular artists. Um, if you are dealing with a licensing, like if someone's content is being licensed on your platform, what is your take on that? Like, are you the governing body of it? Are you not? So
If
let's
they're if
say,
they're licensed on your platform, yeah, you are. Because you can go after them if anybody comes after you. The minute you have a license, you're responsible for everything. If you go through a broadcasting platform, that's a partnership. And your partner's not going to take a loss if they don't have to. If I understand it correctly.
okay,
Somebody tell me if I'm
okay.
wrong. Recording history, net neutrality,
Um,
yeah, let's say
let's
yes.
go with James Garland says, "I care about a lot of people here, but I can't keep up with all of this stuff going on over the passing." All right, James, we're with you. We love you. Like, you can't let that energy. You feel that specific way. Um, I understand you feel a certain way. So,
The copyright owner of the material should not be paid, should be paid, not the host of it, i.e. Spotify. Okay, okay. See,
you
she got
know,
that inside info I don't know, so I'll give her
oh
that.
yeah, because that's her field. That's
Yes,
her field. That's her. She's a subject matter expert there. Because so I guess Tony and I are novice.
yes.
My question would be to everyone who's in the comments: what's your take on this? The whole Spotify deal, whether you know licensing versus owning, because from what I'm seeing with these deals, and this is from the outside looking in, that they don't per se own any of the content. It's just being licensed for a specific point in time.
Right. Now, as a broadcaster, not
Hmm.
necessarily a record label, is what I'm looking at with what she's saying. But we'll see how it goes. From what I'm seeing, I mean, he said something wrong. He's got to pay for it. All right, cool. And that's gonna come. That's gonna kind of be on him, and that's exactly what it's looking like. They're going at him. Okay. And they just on him. I think it's more about what he's been saying recently, which is messing up the economy. You know what I mean?
You talking about Rogan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, so I just wanted the gist. Helen said in most cases royalties are paid to record labels depending on the record deal. Okay.
Right.
I think this is something we can delve into another time. I guess we had the storm, we had the snow, we had all this other stuff.
Yes, I
Um,
did. If you love music, buy the music. Go and buy a physical copy. Yes.
go buy a physical copy or pay for the download. Don't just consume it. Okay.
And to Toby, No, he doesn't need Spotify. It's a very big platform,
No,
but I'm quite sure he will
I
find another.
think
I am very sure he will
they're in
find
a
another.
they're in a catch 22 because if it's a 3 year deal or 4 year deal, they've paid out all this money,
Yes.
and he's their most lucrative asset.
Yes. Yes.
So
I
they're
would
just
agree with
looking
that.
for the return on investment.
That's all. And that's where we're at.
I
That
mean,
is exactly where
if
we
you're
are. I
him,
agree.
you can turn around and really go back to release it right off your website.
Pretty much.
That's how you cut out the middle person.
Pretty much.
Um, I guess the next question comes up. Okay.
Go
Next
ahead.
question comes up, and I know we'll be talking a lot about it this
If this
upcoming week.
trending mean
Really quick.
ordering? Wait, I want to see what
Let
you're
me
ordering.
finish your talking.
I want to see what you're ordering.
I'm ordering groceries. I sure want to finish. Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
No, no, no. It's good. Question. I know it's early, but Bengals or Rams? Super Bowl 56.
We got a problem because I can't call it. I'm going to say the Rams defense is going to be the factor, but the Bengals have a defense as well. Both teams also have an offense. You know what I'm saying? We saw some serious work from the Bengals defense in that last playoff game. We know what the Rams defense can do, but the Rams offense is also looking a lot more efficient. So I can't call it. I'm going to watch that game. That might not be a beer game. That might be a bottle of liquor game. It's been a while since I actually bought a decent bottle of liquor. So I'm trying to debate on whether I'm gonna get the Uncle Nearest or if I find some Crown Royal Peach, you know what I'm saying? Definitely got to put some steaks in the house. I might make me some cheese dip with my little. Let me order my
Yes,
chips
yes.
now. I'm doing my grocery list now. Let me find my
Do
white
it
cheddar
now.
Doritos real quick, yeah, and get my ground beef and my ground turkey. All that. Spotify owns Anchor.fm where I do audio broadcasts. I good and cool whatever Spotify offers. No different to what other platforms are doing. They have contracts with change. They don't have an effect to the economy. It's just big time drama. But to be honest, Ted is more important to take care of than do it that. Okay, understood, Rich. Appreciate that. Understood.
Okay, got it. Richard, Rich, thanks for the comment. I'm thinking Rams, and I'm thinking basically defense. I'm thinking their defense is. I mean, if Tennessee's defense sacked Joe Burrow 9 times, and they lost, they don't
Tennessee,
have Aaron Donald
the Tennessee
and Vaughn
Titans
Miller on the edges.
losing that game with Julio Jones back and with Derrick Henry is not a good look to me.
Right.
It's not a good look to me. They
Uh,
came back specifically for those games, and I know it. I'm seeing it. Them boys went down. I was like, oh my God.
uh, okay. Other topic of this week: Brian Flores, the soon-to-be class action lawsuit from hell against the NFL, against hiring, coaches and as usual. So here's my take. Just roll with me. Don't shut me down.
Talk to me.
Oh, I'm pixelating a little bit.
No, you're fine.
That-
I'll wait.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you are.
So so here's the deal. The Fritz Pollard Alliance. The Fritz Pollard Alliance, right? Which is in place so that minority candidates can get to the table. Is I mean that the Fritz Pollard Alliance, the Rooney Rule is in place for that, right? If it's not fully, obviously it's flawed.
The rule has been
Okay,
flawed, and we know that. This is long overdue,
the rule's
honestly.
been flawed.
Yes,
Okay,
this is
so
long
let's put
overdue.
it. But if you don't have that in place, then what? It's a free for
The,
all,
no, the rules have been in place. I know Stephen A. has talked about it a lot over the
right?
past decade. So the rules have been in place, but it's still not happening. So his lawsuit is 100% justified. And from what I'm seeing from a lot of people, they said the whole NFL needs to be terrified right now because they about to get destroyed. Everybody knows it's not a
But
lie.
really,
Everybody
is
knows the
a
lawsuit
10
legit.
bit someone that generates 10 to 12 to 14 billion in revenue a season? What do they really have to be afraid of?
That's an excellent question because I see exactly what you're saying based on what happened with Colin Kaepernick and people that protested, and it didn't even matter.
It didn't matter.
It didn't
It didn't
matter.
matter.
And it was crazy because I was telling people, I said, you know what? Everybody's protesting football. Nobody's watching it anymore. The game didn't slow down one bit. The stands were still full. That tells me that we
Full.
as a fan base are not generating enough money to keep the NFL going. Something else is.
Pre-COVID, post-COVID.
Period. Pre Kaepernick,
It's
post
full.
Kaepernick. But pre COVID, post
It's
COVID,
full.
post Kaepernick. You can
Thank
see
you,
the
Rich.
NFL is fine no matter how much we protest against it. So the
So as
question
much
is,
as
why do
people
you
want to
support?
say nobody's watching the NFL,
Yes, they
everyone's
are.
watching the NFL.
Yes, they are.
Okay. So here's the flip side of it. Okay. Tony D, you are your team is Haps, and you are the billionaire owner.
Okay.
Do you or do you not get to decide who you want to hire?
As the owner, yes.
Okay. So do you really think the Fritz Pollard Alliance's Rooney Rule will ever dictate
It is supposed to for aspects of
to the
equality and
billionaire owners
if you
who to
want to,
hire and who not to?
yes, if you want to decrease lawsuits against you and punitive damages, yes.
Take care, Rich.
Be good,
Enjoy
Rich.
that
Appreciate
crab.
you. Yes, sir. You want to decrease any liabilities against you. And it is obvious that there is a very huge discrepancy in the hiring process in the NFL. Very huge. The issues against the NFL would only be disputed if the change is made because they've been talking about it for decades. Art Shell was the first African American head coach hired in the 90s. As of right now, Mike Tomlin is the only other one. Tony Dungy was there, Lovie Smith was there, Romeo Crennel was there, Herman Edwards was there, Brian Flores is in the mix. Now, how many teams have been in the NFL and has every team had an African American or female or Native American coach? You see
Okay.
majority older Caucasian males.
Okay.
So whether they qualify or not is the question, yes. I had this conversation with Coach Pooh the other day. He said, why is race the issue? I said, because it is the issue. If you can see and look at the hiring practices, who's hiring and who isn't. So it looks like race is the issue. You also got to defend the standards that you hired them on. That's going to be the real test, and I agree with that. They got to dispute those standards. They got to prove that they are following those standards. And trust me, the whole world's on standby. Seriously,
We're waiting to see. We're seeing how many other people jump on to create this to become a class action lawsuit.
agreed, agreed.
So, so we're gonna put that in the parking lot.
Sure.
Do you play the word game Wordle?
No, never heard of it.
It's like the internet craze. Wordle.
Wordle?
Wordle.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I'm not sure where to start, but
Take
just
your
in
time. I'm
case
listening.
you haven't played it, it's the popular word puzzle game where users get 6 attempts to guess a 5 letter word.
Okay.
It was recently purchased by the New York Times. Um, all throughout the day, you could see word basically trending on Twitter and other, social media platforms. Um, I will put this in the chat. I don't know. No, that didn't come up.
Yes, it did.
All right. Oh, it
Yes,
came
it
up.
did. Yeah. The link is on too.
Okay. So,
This is a brand new game up here.
well, per se, brand new. Um, it's easy to say brand new, but it's something that's been hitting, I would say, like the last 90 days. And it's just
Okay.
basically the article there. If you get the chance, I don't have any stock. I don't own anything for Wordle. I do play it because
Right,
whenever you
right,
put
right.
anything up there, people are like, you're making money off of it.
Arr, arr, no profit.
um, you're making profit off of it.
No profit.
I was wearing a jacket with you, I think like 3 or 4 months ago, and it said Nutanix on it. And they own stock in the company. And I didn't disclose it to you and disclose it to the world. But what else is going on with you? I just wanted to keep this one light because I know there's a lot of stuff.
Yes, like lady. Arr. Everybody knows. For those who do not know, those who may have been concerned, 2 weeks ago, my son and I tested positive for COVID.
Okay.
My first time ever during this whole pandemic of testing positive. I had my symptoms a few weeks ago. Some of you saw it. Jason had none. I'm grateful he had none. I've been home a lot due to
Mm-hmm.
that and due to the muscle aches that I had from that as well. Personal testimony, it started off chills, muscle aches, sore airway, not just the throat, but the whole airway. And I was like, this isn't normal. Gave it a couple of days. I see you, Helen. Gave it a couple of days. Everybody like, why don't you get tested? Why don't you get tested?
Kevin.
I said, no, I'm going to wait because, what up, Kevin? My thing was I didn't want to jump the gun straight to that, being that I've been sick from other things before. So wait about 3 or 4 days. Chills went away, fever went away, airway was still kind of sore. It happened on a Monday. The following Sunday, when I got tested, it came back a couple of days later positive. So I've been in the house.
Okay.
Tested Jason right behind that. He was positive too. Okay, we're going to be home. I have relaxed pretty much for the past 3 weeks. I've needed it. I'm about to get back on the grind tomorrow.
So you've been
Normally,
home for 3 weeks?
yeah, that's why I've been up here
Oh
so much.
man.
That's why I've been up here so
Okay.
much. So my thing was, even when I went to work a couple times when I was sick, they were like, "What the hell are you doing here?" I said, "I'm about to leave." You sick? Take your ass. All right, I'll go home. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all telling me to go home, I'll go home. And I said, I've been in the house.
So
I
so
let them know. Yes,
Tony, where are we at now? Are they paying for like the full, or do you have to use vacation time or
you have to
sick
use your own
time?
leave if you test positive. You can fill out for civil service employees. This is what I've seen. If you test positive, you can file workman's comp. You can get compensated
No.
up to 45 days based on your condition and how much it takes you, how long it takes you to recover.
Okay.
I am not lying about my muscle aches. All of you have seen me up here messing with my shoulders, been killing me. Both shoulders have been hurting. It's been switching, and sometimes it's both. I've been going to the chiropractor. She sees it. She recommends therapy. Some of the work she's been doing has helped, but it does still radiate down to my elbow. Right now, right now, I lift it right now. I feel it here, going down to here. Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, at this moment, trying to lift my arm up. I got icy hot on every night. Jason's been worried about me. Trey's been concerned, but he started back working. So, and he just left not too long ago. So for me, that's what's been happening in my world. Up here on Haps, the passing of Vanita Breland has affected the majority of us who deal with each other. Yes, the brain fog. That's what I forgot. Thank you. I did wake up a couple of mornings with a wooziness I did not recognize. You can wake up drowsy and groggy, whatever, but this one was like, wait a minute, I don't know where that came from. I said, no, I'm
Okay.
not going to work. I'm not going to work. And I told them, there's only so much they can do as far as giving you time off before they got to dock you. Fully understood. Fully understood. I'm going to file my workman's comp claim like I'm supposed to. Get back to work, get back on the grind. I got to get back on my overtime. No, Helen, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't understand it. Let me be clear with you, ma'am. I did not understand it. Foggy headed was brand new. That, what I felt that day, nah, lady, I'm with you. I'm so with you on that one because I would get up and be dressed. I'm getting ready to go all of a sudden. I'm just like about to pass out for no reason. I want to say like an oxygen deprivation, if you will, just to give you an aspect
Okay.
of it. So everybody out there, and a lot of the conversations we have been controversial based on stereotypes or stuff we researched. Let me give you a personal
Thank you, Kevin.
testimony. Any unfamiliar discomfort, you may want to go ahead and get checked. Yeah, Ted, you pixelating and doing the max headroom right now. Refresh your page, bro. I'll be right here. Yeah, refresh your page. Yeah, I see you now. I see you now. You was doing like this. That's what it looked like for a minute. That's what I saw with you. And then there was a pixelation up top. But yeah, anybody who goes through any unfamiliar symptom, let me emphasize it like that, please. If you have anything unfamiliar, you're gonna have aches, you're gonna have pains, you're gonna have itches, you're gonna have to scratch, you're gonna find all this crazy, but something's gonna be like, this ain't normal. Get yourself checked. For Omicron not to have any type of real, the classic traditional symptoms, that was something different to me. The COVID shilling is sure keep thinking I'm fine and I laugh coughing 40, smoking 44 hours a day. Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
Bobby Shadow said he lost his job.
Yeah,
He
I
got
saw that,
sick.
Bobby. Yeah, my condolences. I remember we was talking
Yeah,
about that
that's
before. Yeah,
that's some bullshit.
they doing it. We was talking about that a few weeks ago. They doing. They are firing people. You can't come to work. We don't need you. Private companies can't afford the liability insurance against the illness rating. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what's happening.
But so people losing their jobs from this, and then if you watch cable news says nobody wants to work. So which one is it?
Cable news. Let me. I had this conversation too. I was told I was wrong, but this is an aspect I had. People didn't want to work because they were getting those checks. Remember we had that conversation last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the checks are dried up. You got to go somewhere to work. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when you work, it's not enough to maintain life. Even though they
Right.
raise minimum wage to $15 an hour in some places, that's still not enough.
Mm-hmm.
That is still not enough. Your average apartment right now in the small areas is $1,000 a month. And when I say small, I mean
1,000.
outside the
Come up
major
here.
metropolitan.
You
Like
can't
I said,
find
your major
anything for
metropolitan, your major metropolitan. You come to some of these
oh,
smaller suburban areas, they're a G a
okay.
month. If you spend less than a
Okay.
G a month, you're in a bad neighborhood.
Okay.
So that's what's going on with that. But people got to, the food service folks are looking for tips, y'all. Please tip y'all people. Even when I order my food, I put a tip on it,
So
something.
when they say no one wants to work, they're talking about hospitality jobs. What are they talking about?
I think people don't want to work or they want to get paid for what they're worth. I think people want to get paid
Okay.
what they're worth more than they don't want to work at all. And I will be controversial in saying that. Somebody dig it up, look into it, talk to folks, poll people, poll people.
But so here's another narrative, and we're talking because I know this is an international group. In the U.S. on Thursday, there was a jobs report that came in and said 465 plus thousand new jobs.
Yes, I saw
Okay,
that 2 days ago.
so right.
Yes.
So how does that narrative play with nobody wants to work?
The thing is, people are getting jobs, but it's not enough to maintain. As far as nobody wanting to work, I think they want to get paid more than what they got. You can have a job, but if you got a family, $15 an hour ain't cutting
Right.
right now because the price of food went
No,
up.
it's not cutting it.
The
That's not
price of
cutting it.
gas went up. To find a job, you can
Dude,
call a job all you want, but you got to go up there and talk to them. They're not returning phone calls and emails like they used to. Don't be fooled.
mm-mm.
I saw that 10
I
years
was
ago.
filling up the tank last week. It was $73.
On
I
a,
said, "What in the world's going on?"
what kind of vehicle you got?
We'll talk offline.
Oh, sorry. Flores, look. When I had my Escalade, I had a 2005 Escalade ESV back in 2009, and when gas hit 4 and a quarter, it cost $120 to fill that truck up. I used to go up there with $100 bill. I would come back and
I
they
saw
was
that.
like, they was like, you don't have any change. What are you driving? They said, oh my God. I said, yeah, that's not even full. It costs 120 to fill that monster up at 4 and a quarter.
I was with my friend. We were leaving FedEx Field in DC. He went to fill up his Escalade, and he stopped it at $135.
When was this?
This was 2016, maybe. It was
135.
130. 135. And I looked at him like, that's not sustainable.
My truck was a 30 gallon and it was at 124. He hit
Yeah.
135
At 135. But
and I was using
can you
premium.
only but you can only put in top shelf, right?
No, you can switch it up.
Oh,
You're supposed to, but you can switch it up. I definitely
okay.
put premium in there when I did a road trip. That'll clean it out. And
Okay.
I'm not talking like 30, 45 minutes. I'm talking about 6, 7, 8 hours. I put premium in there, set the cruise, and I'm gone. Yes, sir. I've done all that.
Um, I know there's a bunch of streams that are going to start in the next half an hour. Where do you see yourself this evening? Where do you see yourself for
Tonight
the remainder? Since we don't have football.
I plan on being on Watch the Slams broadcast. The other
Okay.
ones I don't know about. I know about that one. I know I got to go to bed the next. I got to get up in the morning. Uh, what else is happening besides that one?
I think that's about it. I think Mr. B is doing something MMA related. He might be doing it now
Yeah, I
and
thought
then
he was running
extending
earlier.
it.
Yeah, yeah. I know he was running
Yeah,
earlier. Yeah.
to like just combat sports related. So I guess we want to thank Bobby Shadow, Slam, Helen,
Let it be.
James, Let It Be,
Kevin Vasquez,
Kevin Vasquez.
Mel Johnson, my twin tower sister, Richie
Yes, yes.
Roberts.
Rich Roberts. That's the Rich Roberts Show on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Twitch.tv.
Yes. Dr. G was
6:30 in
in
the
the
morning,
house.
6:30 a.m.
Girl
Eastern
named
Time.
Toby was in the house.
Girl named Toby.
James
All
Garner was in
right.
the house. Sweet Pea Leslie was in the house.
Yes. Yes.
Thank all of y'all. Mainly supporting Ted. I know a lot of people came with me, but mainly for supporting Ted. Ted was one of the first ones that asked me to co-host with him. This is an absolute honor. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well,
All of
but
y'all up in there.
you are the fan favorite
I've been told.
of Apps
The fan
TV
target, the
slash
fan
co.
target. I got to work on a new
The
emblem,
fan target.
a new
They love
profile
you.
pic. Milton was
They
in the house
love
as
you.
well. I'm glad people love me. I love y'all too,
Yeah.
for real. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I enjoy myself on Haps. I do take it that
Yeah.
serious to where I want to fix this stuff. So I got to slow down. I know. I got to slow down. I got to slow down. And I'm sorry for giving too much of a damn. I hold on too tight. I'm guilty of that. I got to fix myself. I
I
know.
think that's fine. I
I
think
got to
that's
fix
fine.
myself. I thought so too, but I've been told I was wrong. So it is what it is.
No, no, no. Dr. G, thank you for coming through.
Dr. G, I
Um,
want to thank you for being there with everything that was happening last week. Straight up. She was the closest to be able to get there and do anything if we needed it to be done. Big ups to Dr. G, for real. Big ups to
James
Dr. G.
Garland, big shout out to you.
Yes. And I'm for real, Frida. Thank you. Straight up. All those I see you over there, Helen, with your prices. Got $10 a gallon for diesel.
Whew,
Shitting
that's
me.
crazy. William Conway is in
My
here.
man William Conway
William
was dropping the
support.
awards to everybody. To everybody.
He always supports True Armor. I don't know where True Armor is. He's
He
not in
broadcasted.
here.
He broadcasted. He been
No,
broadcasting.
no,
I've
he's
seen him.
not in this broadcast right now. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
comments.
True, where you at, True? What's going on, True? What's up, man? Come on, man. Come on through, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
She just did the math conversion. Cost of living, yeah, is pretty hard. It's just pretty hard nowadays. Uh,
It's
I
tough.
think
The economy is going against our income. That's the best way to look at it. And I got told that a few years ago, 5 years ago, that this was going to happen. I've been keeping my eyes on it.
I had a two bedroom in Queens. My wife and I, we had a two-bedroom in Queens for $650. Roughly almost 25 years ago. That same two-bedroom that was 650
15
almost
a month.
25 years ago
15 a month.
is is well over $2,000 a month.
2,000.
2,000.
My
Yes.
uncle got an apartment up there in Queens. We went there a couple of years ago. He said the rent was 14 a month. I think it was a one bedroom
Yes. Yes.
off of off of there by Jamaica Avenue Hillside.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Jesus. Stay
Yeah.
my ass in Georgia. Y'all buck. Stay my ass in
Give
Georgia.
me a townhouse in Georgia, in South Carolina, North Carolina. Give me a townhouse down there. I'm good to go.
They got a crib down here, 225. They building right now.
This stuff is for the birds up here. I'll tell you
225
that much.
total. People coming down here
You
from
know,
the north paying these prices like it's nothing. That's what's making the housing market go up. So yeah, they coming.
of
This city's
course,
growing. This
of
city's growing.
course.
Wait till they fix this airport up. Houses in Australia 600 to 800 per week. God,
Yes, yes.
that's the whole paycheck.
I'm telling you, man.
We got an
Not
hour and a
even
half before
joking
he
with
goes
you.
live. I'm gonna get this boy some dinner, let him play on the computer. Ted, I
All
appreciate
right, you do that.
you. Your
Thank
timing
you,
was awesome.
and
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you for taking my call earlier today.
I'm always here.
As always,
I'm always here. Anybody got to get in touch with me, I will message you back. That ain't a problem. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Haps, Twitch. Message me. I get my notifications. Y'all hear my phone
six to
beeping during
eight
the
hundred a
broadcast.
week in Australia.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
stuck on
crazy.
that.
That's crazy.
Okay, so that's Australian dollars.
Okay, yeah, I don't know the
What is that?
conversion.
Yeah, there's that right there. I'm like, geez.
That's 300 to 400 euros. I don't know how much that is.
Hmm. So with that, we're gonna close it out. Best ways to find Tony D. You find him
Find me
right here.
primarily on Haps. A lot of you who are in touch with me will work on the other platforms as I know you and as I learn you because I can't trust half the friend requests out there. Too many fake ones on Instagram, too many fake ones on Facebook. Snapchat got trolls too. I can't deal with these jokers. If y'all up in here with me on Haps, we good. We
What about
good.
TikTok? You joined
TikTok, I'm on
TikTok
there.
yet?
Not yet. No, I got told don't do it. Oh,
Got
what's
it.
we?
Gotcha.
What's that?
Well, with that, I'm Ted Hicks. Ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com, and we are out. Thank you.
Appreciate you, homie.